Alright everyone, today we're going to be teaching Coulomb's law, and I'm going to describe it so that I cater to both my electromagnetism students and my chemistry students, because I know both of you guys need to know this. Okay, so what exactly is Coulomb's law? So the equation is that the electrostatic force is equal to some constant, K, the Coulomb's law constant, times the charge on particle 1 times the charge on particle 2, all over the distance between them squared. Okay, so what is the electric force, the electrostatic force? So if I have a positively charged particle here, and I have another positively charged particle here, like charges repel each other. So if I were to release these from rest, this particle, particle 1, I'm going to call this 1 and this 2, 1 would force particle 2 to the right, 2 would force particle 1 to the left. Okay? And if I release them from rest, they would fly apart. Alternatively, if I had particle 3 right here, which is positive, and particle 4 right here, which is a negatively charged particle, 3 is going to pull particle 4 to the left, 4 is going to pull particle 3 to the right. And if I release them from rest, they're going to fly together. So this electrostatic force is the force defined in this equation, the force that one charged particle exerts on another charged particle. So if you remember from Newton's third law, each force creates an equal and opposite reaction force. That means that if I'm calculating the electric force, like right here, that means the electric force is the same 3 acting on 4 or 4 acting on 3, okay? This attractive force, 3 pulling 4 in, is the exact same as this attractive force, 4 pulling 3 in. And this electric force defines one and the other because they are the same, okay? So you go to this equation to determine the magnitude of the force, how hard they pull on each other, and then you draw a little picture for yourself to be able to determine which direction it is acting in, okay? So like I said before, this K is your Coulomb's law constant. If you need to memorize it, it's going to be 9 times 10 raised to the 9th power, okay? If you're in my chemistry class, you don't need to memorize that, okay? The equation you're familiar with in chemistry class is that the electric force is proportional to KQ1, Q2 over R squared, okay? You forget about the K entirely because you don't actually need this to do any calculations. You're here to do just qualitative reasoning, okay? So what we can take away from this equation is that the force increases as these particles get closer together, okay? So when we're talking about how protons and electrons behave in our nucleus, if our nucleus has more protons, if our nucleus has more positive charge, the electrons are going to be pulled in closer to the nucleus because the electric force is stronger. So the overall radius, the ionic radius or the atomic radius of the atom is going to be smaller because more positive charges in the nucleus pull electrons closer in, okay? But let's say I drew my nucleus right here with all its positive charges in it, and let's say my outer electrons existed in a cloud out here, okay? The electrons, since they have the same charge, all the electrons repel one another, okay? So the electrons force each other to spread out. So if I have 8 electrons in my outer shell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if I were to remove one electron, then there would be less repulsive force on all the electrons. If I were to remove one electron, then since there's less repulsive force, they would all reside slightly closer to the nucleus, and my atomic radius would decrease. All right, guys, if you think it is worthy, if you think my effort has taught you something, go leave a like. If you need any extra help, go visit meekextrahelp.com or join the Discord server, both links down below. Have a fantastic day and enjoy life.